You have one new message. Mr. Scott, this is Lissy again from Texas Neurology Associates. It's imperative that you call us. We've been trying to reach you for the last 3 weeks. My number is 214-556.
You just got your first sneak peek of Frame of Reference. It's a new show from WATZS Productions that was filmed all over Dallas, and Kalisha and Cashel are the sisters behind the company, and they joined me this morning with Edmond Laryea, who you just saw as Ethan Scott. Good morning, everybody. So glad to have you here.
Thank you.
This is really, really fun, and we were just talking before the show about how you'll see scenes from all over Dallas when you watch. Okay, so first of all, Cashel, WATZS, W-A-T-Z-S, stands for...
Who are the Zachary sisters? We've gotten that phrase for the majority of our entrepreneurial career life and productions, and so we're often asked, who are we? And we thought that would be the perfect coin for our production house, WATZS, and we are the Zachary sisters. Here we are.
Yes.
Okay, so Frame of Reference.
Yes.
Tell us about the project.
A Frame of Reference is a love story that my sister wrote. It is about a highly competitive chief technology officer. His name is Ethan Scott, and he is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, which is very close to myself and Cashel. We had a father who passed of Parkinson's disease, so it's really kind of to showcase that a little bit. In addition to following his hectic life, his close group knit of friends all around the Metroplex, so it is a very good show.
It sounds really, really inspiring. Okay, Edmond, you were born and grew up as a small child in Naples, Italy, and then you have lived in New York. How did you get involved with this project, and how do you like Dallas?
Well, first of all, I'm just honored to be here. I love Dallas, and grew up in Italy, spent 10 years there, lived in Nigeria for a year as well, been in the U.S. for the last 20, lived in New York for the last 20. And I played sports growing up. That was like my thing. And then got into acting. TV was always my thing. I was trying to figure out in what capacity I was going to do it. Landed into acting about 3.5 years ago. And I saw the casting for this project. And I give Kalisha and Cashel a lot of credit because they really took a chance on me early on in my career. And I want to make sure that I did everything that I could to show them how grateful I was for that opportunity that they gave me.
Okay, well, let's dive into it a little bit. You play Ethan Scott. What
Yes.
should we know about Ethan?
The first thing you should know about Ethan is he's one of those guys that's really committed to making sure that he helps the people around him.
Yes.
He's a chief technology officer, and he's next in line at his company. And there are a lot of things in a way in the workspace that are trying to prevent him from getting to where he's trying to get to. But he's super focused on getting there, and he's also battling, a condition that he doesn't quite want to share with everybody. So he has all of these things in his life that are taking place, pretty similar to a lot of us. We all have things that we're dealing with, and we have to be able to overcome those things in order to get to where we're trying to go.
Speaking of relatable, one of my favorite lines in episode 1 is, "We both know that you down for that man like 4 flat tires."
So true.
That's a great line.
It is a great line. I feel like it is so important that the way I love what Cashel writes, because it's important that we be able to kind of peek into conversations that people may have that normally may not be in our circle.
I agree.
And so representation matters, and being able to represent all the different communities, different internal communities that we have as African Americans or the Black community was so important. And so that conversation felt so real when I read it. And that is one of my favorite lines as well.
I like it a lot. Okay, Cashel, your goal is to create stories that show minorities in what you call a positive and balanced way. How does Frame of Reference do that?
Frame of Reference is a true labor of love for me. I wanted to make sure that Black and brown people are humanized fully. I think that visual media is our most powerful medium. And in order to do that, I feel like we have to have people behind the pen that care. And when I wrote the characters out, I wanted to make sure that we could lend a lens of humanity regarding prison reform, mental health in our community, colorism in our community, all the things that affect us externally and internally as a culture. And it's important that we are able to have the opportunity to do that. Yes. So I'm so thankful for WATZS because we were able to break a lot of barriers in doing that because we produced it, we created it, and we didn't have a lot of middle hands telling us, oh no, you can't say this, or no, you can't portray this. I wanted to be able to portray a balanced depiction of our vulnerability, of our existence, of our humanity, of our fears, of our pride, and I'm excited that I got a chance to do that with this series.
Edmond, what do you want people to take away?
Just from the actual story itself, I want people to like really see like the challenges that we face. Being underrepresented in most cases, especially like in the tech space. So I want people to be able to see that, how we deal with certain issues.
Yes.
I think a lot of people don't get a chance to see how we deal with like certain issues that come up in our community. I want people to be able to see that, how we deal with love, how we deal with friendships,
Yes.
how we deal with the requirements from the workplace, how we deal with like mental health issues,
Yes.
prison reform. All of these things that, from the outside looking in, you might not be able to see. I think with Kashel's writing and Kalisha's like overall vision, we're really able to give perspective on the things that we face in our community.
And Kashel, the first episode is up on your website right now.
It is.
But you're going to be able to watch the entire season on WFAA Plus.
Yes, we're excited about that. We're really excited because we filmed it right here in Dallas, and I can't wait for everyone to see it.
Super happy for all you
Yes,
guys.
thank
Thanks
you
for
so
coming in
much.
this morning.
Thank you
Can't
guys
wait.
for
I
having
watched
us.
the first episode. Really liked it. Can't wait to see the whole thing.
Awesome. Thank you
Thanks
so much.
Go to WATZSproductions.com to watch the first episode of Frame of Reference, and be sure to follow WFAA on all platforms to find out when you can stream the rest on WFAA Plus. There you go.